One of the images that sits in my office is an image of Christ the Good Shepherd. And that image also says, never stop loving. And I think that the teachings of Jesus Christ and the person of Christ was a person who loved people unconditionally.
I lived in an abusive situation for 14 years. I moved out of a situation of alcoholism and abuse. I was raised in it. I married into it.
I wasn't going to school. I was using drugs. It was just really, it was a dark time.
It seems like so long ago right now when I think about it, but it was just last year that I was a victim of domestic violence.
The fallacy is that, not so much now, but in times past, is that these people, these men and women, were born on the streets. They weren't born on the streets. They were born in a house, in a hospital, just like you and me.
When they say faith in people, that means everybody. They have faith in everybody. They see the good side of everybody. No matter how bad you are, no matter how crazy you can get, they always see and always find the good side of people.
I like to say that we're the bridge between the institutional church and the caring church. And so it's crucially important. That's one of the reasons why we wear this black and white collar, to show that there is a part of the church that wants to help, that wants to care, that wants to love.
Brother Matthias, who was 90, first came to Albuquerque in 1951 and began serving coffee and day-old bread from a run-down shack in the downtown Skid Row area. Today, the order he founded, the Little Brothers of the Good Shepherd, serves thousands of the needy and less fortunate in facilities across the U.S. and in Canada, Great Britain, and Ireland, where he was born.
I first met Brother Matthias in the 60s when I left Canada to go to Albuquerque to take first vows. He would leave the house, sit out on the curbside in the gutter, and share a cup of tea with a homeless man. He would go downtown to the night shelter and spend hours just talking to these homeless men, to these knights of the road, as he called them.
Brother Matthias came here at the invitation, actually, Bishop Ryan, in 1961. He came originally just to see the work that the St. Vincent de Paul Society was doing here.
I had the distinct honor of being a chauffeur for Brother Matthias when he came to Hamilton the first time. During our tour through the poorest areas of Hamilton, we came to an area across from the old marketplace. After a pause, he said, that's where we'll begin our first Good Shepherd Center.
He was our inspiration. He was the one responsible for founding the Brothers of the Good Shepherd. He made us what we are today. He gave us the ministry. He gave us our motto of charity unlimited, never stop loving.
I had a really bad cocaine habit, and I lost everything I had. Like I had a marriage dissolve after 22 years, and my son died, and that's when things started going bad. And I started back with the drugs and everything else, and I wound up losing everything. The people that work with the Shepherd helped me so much to get to where I am today.
Our organization has changed drastically. In particular, I think, what I'd like to say is that we provide services from cradle to grave, and that's from the beginning of life, where we provide housing and supports to teenage mothers, to the end of life at Emmanuel House, where we help people on the last journey of life.
We see all kinds of people come to us, whether it's doctors, whether it's lawyers, professional people who somehow have are down on their luck.
We also serve their children who have witnessed violence and abuse in their home, and we assist them by, first of all, believing them and attending to the crisis, meeting their immediate needs for a safe place to be in, support, and a chance to take a breath and begin to feel safe.
My son was 5 months old when I arrived at the shelter, and I mean, if it was myself, I can, survive on a bag of chips, a chocolate bar, a can of tuna with a little bit of change that I had in my pocket. But my son needed formula, he needed diapers, he needed wipes. And that was all there. Everything that I could possibly needed for him was all there.
And it was good for me because I was so scared again, and it kind of picked me up to where I want to be. Like, I want to be a strong woman, you know, be able to take care of myself, not being depressed, you know, hospitalized.
Once all of our needs were taken care of, I was able to focus. I was able to focus on the future. I was able to focus on where I wanted to be, and it was kind of like at that point, I guess I had like a little more hope that I wasn't a victim anymore. I wasn't gonna be homeless and scared anymore.
The Government of Ontario has been a partner not only with Good Shepherd, but Hamilton and the great services that are offered throughout our city. Good Shepherd is a big part of that, and Good Shepherd teaches us about collaborative partnerships. They're very good at it.
Their capacity is huge, and I would say that they are one of the largest providers in the city, but they're also innovators. They're also very good and very adept at taking any available funding or any available ideas that are out there and transforming them to what is good for people in Hamilton.
Good Shepherd, I think, is an effective partner both with other agencies and organizations within the city. We believe in working in collaboration and also with all levels of government, recognizing that a systemic approach probably creates better solutions for people who have significant and complex needs.
The Barrett Center is a place I use now before going to a hospital with my depression and bipolar. And then they support me, and I'm ready to go back home within 3 to 4 days. And I come back in here like a brand new woman.
So I know that the good fortune we have in partnering with the Good Shepherd is, be it in our emergency room or in our mental health program or in our addiction services, we can pick up the phone and we can talk to the colleagues at the Good Shepherd, talk about whether we're meeting the needs of the individual client or whether we're seeing a new need emerge where we need to come together and think about delivering a collective service in a different way. And I think the Good Shepherd's got that right.
There's so much to Good Shepherd that if they ever failed, I don't know, there'd be a lot of people back in the hospital.